Hello and welcome back to No BS. Today we turn to talking about a pretty popular TV show on Disney Plus called WandaVision. As you could see by the background here, WandaVision is a TV show based on the Marvel Cinematic Universe characters of Wanda and Vision. They put their names together. They have a little show on Disney Plus. It's actually the first Marvel piece of media in about 2 years. Yeah,
This is no bullshit. He's one of those conservative hacks that never makes an intelligent argument or a good video, and he, cries about woke SJWs. He's basically let's just continue this. He's talking about WandaVision. The title of this video is called Marvel's WandaVision mistreats male characters like how Captain Marvel did. I've seen both Captain Marvel and WandaVision. I thought they were both good. I don't think either of them mistreats men, but let's see where this video goes. It'll probably go nowhere, but we'll see.
thing to come out from Marvel was 2019, before the whole pandemic got everything canceled and pushed last year in 2020, and now we're in 2021. And actually, if for those who don't know, Marvel is supposed to have a pretty big year. I don't know if everything's going to stay on schedule yet, but they have something planned for almost every week this year, including a number of shows, including the first one we're talking about today, WandaVision. Now, WandaVision is pretty darn good. I like it. It's fun. It's not perfect though, and we're going to talk about some of the issues today.
I basically agree with him that it's not perfect, but we both think it's good.
Specifically with the cast and the way characters are treated, and the way it appears to be a bit of a gender play, a bit of a pro-girls, anti-guys kind of thing. And before we even get to that though,
I don't know what fucking show he watched, but I don't. Let's just see.
I also want to mention a few other things. The acting is great. Wanda does a great job. Elizabeth Olsen is a very talented, very beautiful actress. The co-star Paul Bettany as Vision is doing extremely well, but he's kind of handicapped. He's kind of put in this position where Wanda is this overpowered character. She's kind of like the new Captain Marvel in this show. She was on the Avengers before. She's been with the Avengers since 2015, but she kind of didn't have as much power as she has now. Now she's kind of gained a lot more power. She's learned to use her magic skills. She's kind of like this witch character who used to just kind of spit red smoke out of her hands and control a few people's minds, but at this point she seems to be controlling a whole town in this show. And we're going to talk.
That seems like a pretty logical extension of a character's development. I mean, in the first Iron Man, Tony Stark's first suit was very crude, and then he is able to construct an entire army of suits so that he doesn't even need to occupy any of them. He can just remote control them. That doesn't seem overpowered to you. Oh yeah, and you calling Elizabeth Olsen talented and beautiful, I do agree, she is those things, but come on, man, you only refer to Paul Bettany as talented, but you don't refer to him as beautiful. I mean, let's see if I can find a picture of Paul Bettany. I mean, you can see him here. Come on, he's a good-looking guy. Why don't you? Come on, he deserves credit. He deserves mention. Come on, look how gorgeous he is. Anyway, back to his dumb video.
Talk about how in a lot of ways they're mistreating a lot of the male characters. Like, again, we're getting a bit of a Captain Marvel vibe off of this, where all the girls are awesome and super powered and all the guys are mistreated, they're stupid, or they're taken advantage of, or kind of treated as second-class citizens. We're going to go through the cast and the similarities to Captain Marvel real soon.
Oh god, those are some really hot takes. You better have a very convincing argument, but you're no bullshit, so I know that you're not going to.
Too, so it's going to be pretty fun, pretty interesting. And right out the gate, as you could tell by this picture right here, you could see there's this black chick character. She's actually the daughter of a character from the Captain Marvel movie. She's Rambo is their last name. Her mom was Captain Marvel's best friend, and now she's grown up and become a sort of secret agent too. And going forward, there will be some mild spoilers. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to spoil everything though. Like, I'm just going to go through a little bit of this and that, and watching this will still be the best thing. If you haven't watched it and you're worried about any spoilers, I don't recommend going much further in the video. But again, we're just talking about broad strokes. We're talking about a few characters, a few things going on. The end of the show hasn't even happened yet, so the end of the show is still a few weeks away, so we're not going to get to that obviously, but we have enough to talk about to kind of get into this and get into things specifically right now. So essentially what happens, let's talk about the premise. We really don't know what's going on in the first couple episodes, but after a while we kind of come to realize that Scarlet Witch is the main character. That's Wanda. Her name is Wanda Maximoff. Her superhero name is Scarlet Witch. They don't actually use that term in the movies or show very much, except maybe in one episode here. But the point is, WandaVision kind of mind controls this city. That's a kind of guess at what's going on. We still don't know 100%, but basically she has this...
You're kind of... Oh, you're the one that's kind of overpowering her, because she mind controls a town, like a small town. I think it's a small town, and you use the word city and you conjure up images of like New York or or Los Angeles or Sydney or Tokyo. Those are cities. Does Westview sound like a city?
Town, this small town taken over, and she kind of turns it into a sitcom, like a TV show, and each
Okay, now you just can't... That's an immediate backpedal. It's like you immediately realize that you oversold it, and now you have to backpedal. At least you're smart enough to know when you're making a... Well, you know what, I think I'm giving you too much credit.
Episode has a show in each decade. Like, there's a 60s 70s episode, there's an 80s 90s episode. The last one I just watched was like an early 2000s parody. They go through the ages and kind of make parodies of different sitcoms, and at first it's just kind of fun and quirky, but you start to realize there's something going on underneath. Like, Wanda is kind of maybe possibly mind controlling everyone in this town, and that's why there's this like kind of bubble around it that causes everyone to kind of do what she wants. And apparently she wants to go through this kind of fake life. She's trying to pretend everything's okay, and I think you could guess why she might do that. She has a lot of stress, a lot of drama. She just went through Avengers Endgame, the last Avengers movie. Like, half the Avengers died. Yes, they got brought back at the end of that movie, but not everyone. The one person that didn't get brought back was Vision. Vision was Wanda's boyfriend before the whole Avengers Endgame Infinity War saga, but he was killed at the end of Infinity War, and one can assume that Wanda got mad and went on this whole tirade because of that. And in addition, she brings Vision back, and that's kind of the
Black Widow didn't come back either. Though, to be fair, she wasn't snapped away. She wasn't snapped away at the end of Infinity War. Maybe that's what he was saying, but you should mention Black Widow.
the first step. That's the first character that we get that's kind of a hollow shell of a character. Like Vision, maybe kind of starting to come out of his hypnotized state, but still at the core, he's being controlled by Wanda. Wanda's controlling everyone. So that's kind of the base premise of what I'm talking about, where it's like she's the Captain Marvel, she's the overpowered girl, and in addition, she's controlling all the guys, including her boyfriend. Like, she won't even tell him the truth. She won't even be honest with her husband, boyfriend, the father of her children, which is a storyline that comes up in this show too. They have kids, which are two boys, which are also kind of mind controlled. Everything is mind controlled, and the only characters that have any kind of authority or control of their lives, anyone that does anything good, is Wanda and this Black Rambo chick. And it's just very similar chemistry and makeup to what.
But with Wanda's case, she's not being portrayed as a hero. She's being portrayed as being an irrational, making terrible mistakes. That's the framing within the series doesn't support your argument. Those fucking dogs. Loud fucking dogs. I mean, it'd be one thing if she was being portrayed as like a good person and this was good, and like and you're like what you're saying about the black character. She didn't really accomplish much. Like, as soon as Scarlet Witch like gets suspicious of her, she like kicks her out. I mean, that's a pretty fucking stupid argument that you're making.
Happened in Captain Marvel. So I think this is similar to Captain Marvel in a lot of ways. Girl power, anti-guy, woke kind of influences, but at the same time, like Captain Marvel, there still is some fun to it. It's still watchable, but I think WandaVision has a better promise. It's gonna depend on how it ends, on how all the episodes come together. It's being released weekly, so we won't know right away, but right out the gate, I think you could see what's going on. And this is a list of the cast of characters. We're going to go through each character a little more specifically. I'll show you some pictures if you're not familiar with them, but basically we got Elizabeth Olsen. She's the main character controlling the whole town. Vision's her boyfriend. She's supposed to be her counterpart, but she's kind of made him into her pet, and that's a big kind of red flag to me. I don't think that would work in the reverse. That's another thing to kind of think about. Think about it, if this would be offensive in the reverse, like if Vision was controlling a Wanda character, I think Disney would not let that happen. I don't think that would fly with SJWs either, but this is totally okay because that's just how it works.
But she's not portrayed as... That's not framed as a good thing in the show. Like, I don't remember exactly at what point into WandaVision this Disney Plus had released at the exact date of this video, but you had like Vision being like suspicious, like confused, like seemed to have been going through some kind of like trauma or becoming traumatized over what WandaVision under what Vision Wanda had been doing. Your arguments are total bunk. I mean, maybe if there was a man doing it to a woman, it'd be like maybe the direction wouldn't have been lost on you. But it just goes to show how you don't get the framing of the series. And it's not like it's subtle.
Works in this. That's just how things are. So the next main characters to mention, we got this chick, which is their neighbor. I believe this is their neighbors that come over in one of the early episodes. And what happens there offhand is this guy ends up having a sort of heart attack and gets saved by Wanda, like another instance of a guy kind of getting mistreated by the whole Wanda thing. And then the next character worth mentioning is Catherine Hahn, who is like the neighbor.
Okay, that's a real fucking stretch, man. I mean, just because he was having like a... Okay, I'm pretty sure he didn't have a heart attack. I'm pretty sure the incident you're talking about is him like choking on food, which happened in the first episode. Maybe in a later episode he had a heart attack, but I don't think so. And like, the whole point of that was, instead of his heart attack, they were focusing on like, that was one of the scenes that was shot like to be kind of creepy and ooh, so his heart attack wasn't the focus. It was on like the underlying unnerving undercurrent that was going on through the earlier parts of WandaVision.
Character's name is Agnes, and she's actually a funny actress. She's been around a while, really entertaining, and she's kind of like the one of the only other characters that seems to know what's going on, but she plays along, and a few times she kind of says something, but then she just plays along too. But this goes along with it as well, because she's another girl that's kind of getting a more positive rendition than all the other guys. This is Monica Rambeau character.
Yeah, okay, I've since seen all of WandaVision, and okay, I know since from watching the series that she had been like, I guess you can say enabling WandaVision, well, enabling Wanda the whole time, because Agnes herself is actually Agatha, I don't remember her last name, but she's the actual antagonist that's been like behind everything, trying to like suck off Wanda's power. But even before the revelation of her being a bad guy, I think you're meant to be suspicious of her, and like, you know, a shady character I don't think is necessarily meant to be seen as a positive character. You seem to be conflating like a powerful character with a role model of a character, which is really disturbing of you.
Character I was talking about, she has plenty of authority. She's like the cool agent trying to figure this story out. Randall Park is another good example. He plays Jimmy Woo, an FBI agent, and he gets relegated to like a comic relief character. He's not really allowed to do anything cool. He doesn't have the authority and the same kinds of badass scenes as Monica Rambeau or even this Kat Dennings character.
I'm sorry, did you forget that he was also in the Ant-Man movies, where he's the exact same? And Ant-Man, you know, where he's, you know, where the main character is Ant-Man. I mean, oh god, you probably complain about the Wasp being more competent than Ant-Man in those movies. That you god damn it, you know, you probably would, because you're so fucking predictable. And you better not knock on Kat Dennings, because she's awesome. She needs to be in more Marvel stuff.
Darcy Lewis is a character that's in there. She's allowed to be funny. She's kind of the comic relief, and she does a lot of great lines. She's the one that's really super smart and figuring everything out. That's another positive male character, while Randall Park gets to be like this kind of butt of the jokes. He doesn't really get to go into the scenes. He's kind of just thrown around. He's kind of just there, and that's the thing.
He was like that in the Ant-Man movies. Did you even watch Marvel?
It's just the trend. And then we go to Evan Peters, who's playing Quicksilver, or a version of Wanda's brother. He's one character that kind of knows what's going on, but at the same time, he's being mind controlled. He's treated like a beta. They're all subjugated under Wanda, and I think that's worth...
Oh my god, he said beta. Oh god, what a fucking... Yeah, because you look like a total fucking Chad. I'm wearing a dress right now, and I know I'm more of a Chad than you fucking are. I will say that the way they ultimately, what they ultimately did with Quicksilver in the series was kind of underwhelming. There were probably better ways that they could have. There were probably better things that could have been done with him in the end.
Pointing out, not because I'm upset, not because I'm angry, like I'm not trying to be all anti this and all that, but I think it makes sense, especially in the world these people have set up for us. I mean, WandaVision, part of Marvel, it's part of things getting woke right now, things getting really, really pro-girl, anti-guy, anti, just anything.
No, it's not. Nothing that you've said is in support of that. You're blowing... You're just blowing out your ass, you fucking cunt.
Thing that is gonna be called whatever. This is Wanda's show, and clearly she's the lead, and it's kind of also disappointing in a way too, because I think many didn't know how it was gonna play out. Like many might have guessed, oh, it's gonna be them as co-stars, but the truth is the way it's playing out is Wanda's the star, Vision is slowly trying to figure things out. Wanda is like either the hero or the villain, depending on how it goes, depending on how you look at it, but clearly she is more in control. She is the dominant alpha. All the guys are betas or simps, and that's just the kind of thing that's kind of got to make you think. You kind of got to be like, hey, what's going on? Why is all this stuff going against the guys and for the girls? I mean, it makes sense when you know what's going on with Disney. All the guys are basically relegated to being either jerks or mind controlled or doing silly stuff, like the Randall Park character has been known to get coffee while the Kat Dennings character makes all the fun jokes and discovers everything magically because she's all super smart. Just like how WandaVision is all powerful now. She's got like every power you can imagine. They overpowered her, much like what they did with Captain Marvel. And does it really...
Oh god, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I have no idea what to say to this. It's like a machine gun of stupidity. Stupid. God damn it, like... Wanda is basically like the villain that, I don't know, probably doesn't intend to be a villain, but she's a villain anyway, and she needs to cut out her bullshit. Maybe Bethany isn't the co-star of the series, but that's not a bad thing necessarily. What you said about all the women being like awesome and all the men being like ineffectual, no, that's freaking stupid. I mean, you've got Vision right there. He's overpowered as well. I mean, if Wanda was so overpowered, she'd be like in charge of everything. You wouldn't have like Vision like trying to subvert and like work against her. I mean, that's what you call a simp would do, and you're just, oh god, damn it! How can somebody be this stupid?
Ruin the show? Hard to say right now. It doesn't have an ending yet, but I'm enjoying it. I'm not saying this because I hate things. I really actually love this Scarlet Witch character. Like, she's super hot, super fun to watch, doing great different acting, comedy, drama. She has kids. She's dealing with her husband Vision. Like, it's a good show so far. I enjoy it. I look forward to seeing what's happening, but at the same time we could point out something like this. We could notice how there's a male-female dynamic. We could notice this trend in the Marvel movies. There was a girl power moment in the last Avengers movie. Captain Marvel has been taking over the universe, as has Black Panther for different reasons. And with that said, I think you guys get where this is going. It's not the end of the world, but I think it's worth pointing out. And I'd like to see what you guys think about this male-female dynamic on WandaVision too. So comment your thoughts below. Subscribe if you're new. Tell me what you think about Wanda, what you think about Vision, what you think about the show. And also, are you excited about other Marvel shows coming up? There's other ones coming up with Hawkeye, with Loki, with What If and Miss Marvel. There's also a Black Widow movie. There's also a Shang-Chi movie and the Eternals. And if you look at that lineup, you could kind of see the way Marvel is going. So tell me what you think, comment below, hit the like button, and until next time, have a great day.
I don't know, what direction is that? I mean, you've got like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I mean, one of those guys is white. You've got Loki, that Tom Hiddleston is white. Hawkeye's white. I mean, what? Not enough white guys. I mean, God, God damn it. Oh yeah, and I also find it interesting that you talk about how beautiful Elizabeth Olsen is, but you don't take a second to talk about how sexy Kat Dennings is. I mean, but then again, you are a Holocaust denier, so that might provide some explanation. Let's look at the comments. Oh wow, look at that dislike ratio. 676 likes to 1,000 and 1.2 thousand dislikes. I mean, I'm not even going to dislike that. It'd just be redundant on my part. This one is a bit of a stretch. You were bored and couldn't think of a good video. I wouldn't even call it a stretch, it's just empty. The show is fine, it's not woke, chill out. I just want to call him off for being stupid. This is the biggest lie I've ever heard. Yeah, it's true. Wanda was always meant to be overpowered. In the comics, she's easily one of, if not the most powerful beings in the universe, but unlike Captain Marvel, Wanda had to shut up. Like, maybe they couldn't. I don't know. Even in the movie, Captain Marvel had to like learn and like learn how to use the powers properly. So I don't know. Maybe that part of this story could have been done better in Captain Marvel, but it was there. Oh god, I'm responding to this random commenter instead of no bullshit now. The show isn't woke. OP'd or not, Wanda seems to be the show's unintentional bad guy, but also its biggest victim. She can't accept the reality of all the losses she has faced, so she has made this facade to escape into. Yep, that's basically the show. Just a reminder, he did something similar with Infinity War and it backfired. I didn't know that. This is your Infinity War video all over again. Yeah, I guess that adds to that. Weak little man. Men are mistreated in this show. The main character just so happens to be a well-written female character that has extraordinary powers. Grow pair. No wonder your vids get no views anymore. Most of your content makes most sense. Go back to 2016. Maybe then you'll be able to get your 12-year-old fan base back. Lol. Yep, I like that. Even despite the possible grammatical mistake here. Let me read that again. No wonder your vids get no views anymore, and most of your content makes most sense. Of course she's overpowered. In the comics she was an Omega level mutant. The movies nerfed her powers. What does nerf mean? In video gaming, a nerf is a change to a game that reduces the desirability or effectiveness of it. Okay. No BS, he's a well-written female character. No bullshit. This is unfair. Bruh, get your over masculine ass off your chair and get a damn life. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't I think fragile masculinity is his real problem. In the comics, Wanda is one of the most powerful characters. They're not being SJW, they're being accurate. Wow, your takes are dumb. Even if they are being SJW, who cares? Never got an anti-guy vibe from WandaVision, similar to Captain Marvel, not at all. Sorry dude, but you're literally grasping at straws with this fit. Like, this isn't even picking anymore, you're just complaining for the sake of it. Yeah, that works, and I think that's basically all the video that I want to cover. I think I've done enough here.